Alright, after a fairly smooth fight with Vulcan Raven, we're here at the warehouse. And, yeah, things are not as they seem. We're not really sure who we can trust. No secret passages over here. But what is here? Some of those beautiful trapdoors and, like about 1,000,000 gun cameras. Oh boy. Can't really trust our teammates. Can't even trust what's going on in front of our eyes with hostages and stuff. And now we get this. Oh my god, there's even more over there. Look at that. Does there need to be that many gun cameras? Well, luckily, chaff grenade is all we need. Let's throw another for good measure. It fell into the soup down there. Stinger missiles. Those will come in handy. And let's throw one more chaff grenade. Yep, because they just don't last like they used to. This right here might be relatively safe. Yeah. So we can get a look. This is a pretty interesting little room just because, I mean, look how hostile this is, man. Do we need that many gun cameras? But, I don't know, it's kind of fascinating. The water going down and the drainage ditch there. You don't really have to spend much time. Come on, get the camera angle. There we go. You don't really have to spend any time here. But if you look, there seems to be a ladder and even a little pathway down there. Now, I don't think there's any cut content in terms of this having been a level or anything. But it is interesting to see. Nice little hallway. God. Oh my god, do you know what it is? Metal Gear. Dome, and we get that little musical stinger. So yeah, we're here. We're finally in the midst of the mighty Metal Gear Rex itself. And let's take a picture to remember it by. We'll save over the old one. Takes a little bit of time to save, because that PlayStation really needs to run a weird compression algorithm. And boy, that JPEG is going to be crunchy. Actually, I don't know what format it saves the... Oh?
Snake, it's me.
Oh, hi.
What's wrong? Did you find a good place to hide?
Yeah, thanks to the stealth gear. It looks like they've finished getting Metal Gear ready.
How do you know that?
I overheard them talking. Where are you now?
Right in front of Metal Gear, but it's strange.
What is?
There's nobody here. No guards, nobody patrolling. It's too quiet.
Maybe because they're all ready. They said they even input the PAL codes.
What should I do?
All we can do is use the override system that President Baker told you about.
But I've only got one of the 3 keys, and besides that, like Ocelot said, there's some trick to using the keys.
Leave it to me.
You got some kind of plan?
Well, I'm in the computer room right now. I'm trying to access Baker's private files.
Baker's files. Don't you need a password?
Of course, but there are ways.
Are you a hacker?
Look at his glasses. Yeah, the little shine. I love it. And his stupid little smile. He loves it.
I'll give it a try.
Oh, Otacon. I like Otacon. All nerds should aspire to be as cool as Otacon. The Megane Flash. No place to drop down and access any of these pipes. And even still, the pipes, they're just textured. Good to keep note of. So I always liked this area because you can get a really good look at Rex. Crunchy and chunky as he is, it's still a very impressive model for the PlayStation 1. And you can get a look right... Oh! I didn't know you got a special camera angle there. That's kind of cool. But if I equip my camera again, we can take a look at this. And I alluded to this last, whatever video it was, that this is, in the art book, referred to as the Chin-Chin laser. Yep. And it is mounted between the legs. And we'll, you know, I mean, we're not going to see that in action because we're going to deactivate the Metal Gear because it's very active right now, as you can see. So hopefully we won't see that in action.
Snake, it's me again.
How's it going?
Not bad. I just got past his 3rd security level. He was a pretty careful guy.
Do you think you'll break in soon?
I never met a system I couldn't bust into.
Okay, keep trying.
I really do like, over the course of this game, you see a bit of a buddy-buddy friendship blossoming between Otacon and Snake. And I really like that Snake, you know, we've talked about his character quite a bit, but I really appreciate that even though he's big, strong, military guy, sneaky boy, he doesn't look down on others for not being that. And in the case of Meryl, you know, tries to inform her that it's not that glamorous, it's not that cool. But with Otacon, you know, he's kind of like, hey, all right, yeah, you can do the nerd stuff. That's cool. You do it. He kind of brings out the best in people around him. And I don't know. I like that. Snake is a pretty cool guy. I keep pressing the wrong button to go up ladders because it changes in subsequent games.
You got past security?
Bingo.
Bingo.
Great. So
Where's
what do you
everyone
got?
going?
I accessed the confidential Metal Gear file.
So what about the PAL override system that Baker talked about?
Ah, here we
Haven't
go.
found it yet.
Oh?
That's what I need to know.
But Snake, I found something else.
What?
The secret behind the new nuclear weapon. Just as I thought, the nuclear warhead is designed to be fired from the railgun like a projectile. It doesn't use fuel, so it isn't considered a missile. That way it can get around all sorts of international treaties.
Pretty sneaky.
Pretty
Yes,
sneaky,
but
sis.
effective. And that's not even the scariest thing about this weapon.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
It's a stealth weapon.
You mean it won't show up on radar?
Yeah. The truth is, they've been working on a stealth missile since the late 70s.
Why weren't they able to develop one until now?
Because of the missile rocket propulsion system, it would be picked up by enemy satellites.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
But unlike a missile,
The way
a
he said
railgun
that.
doesn't burn any propellant, so it can't
So
be
I
detected
mentioned
by
this
any
before
current
as well,
detection
that
systems.
in the original designs and even in early trailers for this game, you can see that Rex did not have the railgun. It had a large beam cannon looking device.
Learned that lesson in the Gulf War.
So the addition of the railgun as a plot point and the stealth nuke as a plot point,
Avoids the problem of nuclear
that was
weapons
added
and nuclear
pretty late in,
stations.
and I think it's
Colonel, is this true?
interesting because it's such a big plot point.
I'm listening.
If word of this got out, it could delay the signing of the START 3 treaty and cause a huge international incident.
But it's worked in so
It
well.
would be nasty. The United States would be denounced by the UN.
Oh jeez, imagine that happening.
Did you know this, Colonel?
I'm sorry.
Uh,
Don't make any excuses. Snake, listen to me. This new nuclear weapon.
I'm sure NATO
it's
wouldn't be
never
too happy.
actually been tested,
All right.
only
Let's
simulated.
date the video.
They were
Woohoo!
in the computer model?
Yeah, that's why they were conducting this exercise. They needed to get actual experimental data to back up the simulation.
What were the results of the exercise?
It looks like it went better than they hoped for, but I can't find the data anywhere on this network. You'd think that data as important as that would be carefully recorded.
You would, perhaps on a magnetic optic disc with, well, how much? It's like,
Ocelot
Mo discs. They
The terrorists have replaced the dummy warhead.
They should have called them less discs because they have less memory, not Mo memory.
They should be ready to launch.
So you think they can do it?
Well, the dummy warhead was designed to be identical to the real thing, so I think so.
Did you find out how to override it yet?
Not yet. It must be in a separate file. Right now I'm looking through all of Baker's personal files.
We're counting on you.
Alright. Well, Otacon, he's doing a pretty good job. Let's get out this camera. And, oh my god. Can I get both of them together? Can you stop pacing? Liquid? No, he's not going to stop pacing. He's just very impatient. There we go. Let's get it like that. Let's save this. You never know. You never know. Oh, he stopped. Oh, well. So here's Rex's back we're on right now. You can see these panels. They launch... oh, what was the term? TMDs, right? Theater Defense? Theater Missile Defense? I can't remember the... I'm sorry. I'm not a tactical boy. But over there we see a tactical boy. And here's something I want to point out. He's heavily armored. He's also very camera shy. But something I notice with this game is we tend to think about... There we go. We tend to think of the enemies in this game as being the Arctic warfare soldiers, having their white ski masks and big puffy jackets. You actually don't fight them very often. They're only outside in a few areas, and we're only going to see them once more. Most of the enemies we encounter are either the heavily armored types or the types with black balaclavas and olive drab uniforms. So I think it's interesting that, you know, even I'm susceptible to this. When I think of Metal Gear Solid 1, I think the Genome Soldier, oops, is wearing a white uniform, but really that's just the dudes that are stationed outside.
But I found Baker's ulterior motive.
He's just looking to get rich, isn't he?
Armstech is in much worse financial trouble than I thought.
I know they lost their bid to make the next generation fighter jet. That plus the reduction in SDI spending.
It looks like there was even some talk of a hostile takeover.
Hostile takeover.
Everything was riding on this project, I guess.
And it looks like we were paying a lot of bribe money to the DARPA chief.
Bribe money, huh?
Yeah, and Baker was a big proponent of the nuclear deterrent theory.
I see. So anyway, what about the override?
Just give me a little bit longer.
Well, he's doing his best. He's doing his best. And we took care of that guard. Alright. Well, since it's active, maybe we should just hop in. No. No, we... I guess we don't have the keys. No. I mean, it is active, though. Look how active it looks. I should be able to just hop in. But I said it on the lower levels, but I love how much they let you walk all around this big Metal Gear and get a nice, good look at it. There's always the thing about, unlike other mecha anime, this is about the people, and, you know, war is bad, but wow, cool robot, all of that stuff. But I like that they actually let us, you know, get all over the wow, cool robot. Get a nice, good look at it, because it is cool. It's a very iconic design, and again, even... And especially at the time, I mean, this looked incredible. But let's not rub all up over... Oh, wait, one more thing to look at here is this strange little door. It's a little short. It's a little short. See? We gotta kind of... Anyway. We're wasting enough time. Let's just go up here. And stand right in front of the open door. Oop. Yeah, better get out of the way.
Okay, I've entered the PAL codes and disengaged the safety device. We can launch anytime.
Oh, so it is active.
There's still no response from Washington. It looks like we'll have to show them that we mean business.
Should I set it for Cherniton, Russia?
No, there's been a change. The new target is Locknor, China.
Why, boss?
I'm sure neither you nor Mr. Golukovich would really like
Golukovich.
to see a nuclear bomb dropped on your motherland, right?
Liquid. But why? There's nothing there.
His face
It's a
texture
nuclear
at
test
that
site.
angle.
Nuclear test site.
There's
If
something
we
about the
nuke a
way
major
his face
population
is
center,
textured when he's
the
looking
game's
slightly
over.
down.
The nuclear
He's got like some
explosion at the
Vegeta
test site
face
can still be
going
concealed
on.
from the public. Meanwhile,
It's just the
Washington will be
angularness
worried
of it.
about the retaliatory strike from China.
It looked like he was doing a little
Probably
smirk.
Top secret talks between both countries' leaders.
Of course. And in the process, the president will be forced to divulge the existence of a new and highly destabilizing nuclear weapon to the Chinese. What do you think that will do to the US's
Oh,
reputation?
no.
Or the president's?
And with the CTBT, that means that China and India. I see.
Yes. When the other countries hear about this new weapon, they'll all want to contact us. Washington won't be very happy when we start selling their own system to the highest bidders. Yes, the president will break. He will give in to our demands.
Big Boss's DNA and $1 billion.
$1 billion. That money will be used
Only
to
1
cure
billion.
our genome soldiers
I mean,
as well,
2005
and also
money, you
including
know.
the Fox dye vaccine in our demand.
Well, 2005 money, but written in 1998
Killed
money.
Octopus and the Armstech president. So it's true that it affects older people first. Mantis might not have been affected because he wore a mask.
Wolf wasn't infected either. Perhaps due to those tranquilizers she always took.
Something to do with the adrenaline level in the blood. Or maybe it's just because this Fox dye was still
Fox dye.
experimental and they haven't worked out all the bugs yet.
In any case, have you heard from your friend, Colonel Sergei Golukovich?
There's that name again,
The
Golukovich.
specifics?
He still has doubts about the ability of Metal Gear. He said we can talk after Metal Gear.
Look at it peeking in the window. Adorable.
He's a very prudent man.
There's nothing to worry about. The Colonel wants Metal Gear and a new nuclear weapon so bad he can taste it. If Russia wants to regain its position as a military superpower, they need to reinforce a nuclear
Look at all
arsenal.
these beauty shots. They were so proud of this design, as they should be.
Metal Gear will allow them to gain first strike capability over the rest of the world.
Their regular army is in shambles, and they think they can restore their country's military power with nuclear weapons? Golukovich, he's no warrior. He's a politician.
But he's the one who gave us the Hind and most of our other heavy firepower.
He's got over 1,000 soldiers under his command. If we join forces, we could put up quite a resistance here. Since Mantis died, the genome soldiers' brainwashing has started to wear off. I'm worried about the men's morale. An alliance with the Russians would boost that as well.
What are you saying?
We're not going anywhere. We're going to dig in here.
We could still escape.
We've got the most powerful weapon ever made, and we're about to ally with Golukovich's forces.
Are you going to fight the whole world?
And what's wrong with that? We can launch a nuclear warhead at any target on this planet. A nuclear warhead invisible to radar. And on top of that, this base is full of spare nuclear warheads. Once we get the DNA and the money, the world will be ours.
What about your promise to Colonel Golukovich?
I have no interest in the revival of Mother Russia.
You're not thinking of reviving Big Boss's dream.
From today, call this place Outer Heaven.
Outer Heaven.
Big Boss's dream. But boss, you're not worried about the PAL being overridden. If the code is entered again, it'll be deactivated.
No need to worry. The DARPA chief of the
He
Armed
says
Forces
while
will
looking at the
protect
monitor, seeing
Does
Snake.
know how the override system works?
you. You interrogated him, don't you know?
He didn't have any keys on him.
Good. then no one can stop Metal Gear now.
By the way, what should we do with that woman? Want me to kill her?
Let her live. She's Campbell's niece, and Snake cares for her. We'll keep her as our ace in the hole.
Meryl. She's alive.
Yep. We resisted Ocelot's torture, so they confirm here that Meryl's still alive. That's good.
Snake, I found Baker's
Otacon looks
top-secret
very
files.
happy here.
Great job.
Look at his little smile.
How's it going there?
They've finished inputting the PAL codes. So how do we deactivate them?
Okay, you see the override system that the President was talking about. It can also be used to input the detonation codes. You see, if you insert the
You see?
keys when the warhead is active, you deactivate it. And if you insert them when it's inactive, it becomes
Thank you for
activated.
spelling this out,
You can
Otacon.
only use the keys once.
Only once, huh?
Yeah, you better get started. We don't have much
So,
time.
we can only use the
Three
keys once.
Right? I've only got one of them.
Hold on a minute.
Oh, and there's more. There's more.
Already have all
We have all 3 keys.
What are you talking
3
about?
in 1. Is it a cool
Card key is
transformer?
made of a shape memory
It kind of is.
Shape memory alloy.
Yes, it's a material that changes shape at
Snake,
different
you ever have
temperatures.
those little Hot Wheels that when you put them under warm water, they go from like yellow to pink?
The card key changes shape.
It's
at
kind of like
different
that.
Temperatures.
So
But
this
when it's like it's got 3 colors, and you put it in a computer, and it turns the robot off or on,
See the
depending on
input
if it's
terminals
off
in the
or
center of
on.
the control room?
I see them.
Those 3 laptop terminals are for the emergency input. There should be a symbol on each screen. Each symbol corresponds to a different key. Input the keys in order from left to right.
At some point, they made a collector's
One's the room
edition
temperature key.
of one of the
See
Metal
the
Gear
symbol?
games that came with
Next to that goes the low temperature key.
the
one on
the
right is
PAL
the high
keys. But
temperature
it's funny because it came with a set of 3,
First, I
because
do
you
the
can't
card,
really
and then I input them in order.
do that
That's right. All you do is insert the card
in
keys.
real life, but it is still
After you
interesting.
insert
I
the
kind of
keys
wish
in
I
the module,
had that,
a
but
hard disk reads
I
the
just
information
wasn't
contained on it.
in the
Once you're
market
finished
for
with
such
all
a
3
thing at the
terminals,
time.
The code input process is complete. But here's the
I
thing.
always like when they
You
make
can only
real
use the key
props
3 times.
into
It's an
collectibles, you know,
emergency
like
system. It's only
it's
meant
just
to be
fun
used
just to have a
once.
little item from a video game. Yep, he's taking a peek at us.
Snake. Who's that?
Oh no!
Damn.
He did see us.
The key fell in the drainage ditch.
It's falling into the drainage ditch.
Snake, this is bulletproof glass. There's no way in. I'll enjoy watching you die.
Oh. Well,
Snake, you've got to get that key.
we do. We gotta hurry down there. Things just keep happening, man. This game, all sorts of stuff. Also, there's an alert. Oh. He's right. He's right here, isn't he? Yep. Oh! Yes, that's correct. Much like the communication towers, this is a... We are locked into alert until we... Excuse me. There we go. Climb up here, and then he just can't figure it out. Where'd he go? I just can't figure it out. Oh well. Let's get down to that drainage ditch and go collect our Yu-Gi-Oh card. And this card is made out of a special metal that, if we equip our mine detector... Oh yes, the water also poisons us, because of course it does. I think you also might be able to see it with the thermal goggles, if it's here. I'm not seeing it. Oh? There it is! There's the PAL key! We got it. And it did show up on the radar. Come on. Snake? There we go. I keep pressing triangle if you're wondering what's happening. I'm pressing triangle to climb on things because in basically every subsequent game that is the action button. In this game it's circle and my muscle memory is just taking over like crazy. Anyway, we got the PAL key. There's also that on the map, which I think is... Yes, a bomb! So this is meant to be, again, a bit of a booby trap. I have no idea how it got here. You can see it's only got 13 seconds on it. But much like before, we just toss it away. Now, obviously, you don't have to pick that up. It's just there to trick you. But it's worth looking at. It's worth looking at. Alternatively, if I take too much time, then you can see here, there's a very tiny little hole. And out of it will crawl a rat who has stolen the key, and you have to snipe the rat. But that's only if you take a certain amount of time climbing down and dealing with everything. So let's get all the way back up there. Snake's really getting his leg workouts in today. Going up and down these ladders. If only these were stairs instead. Come on. Position with the ladder. There we go. Yep. Oh, look. Give us a ration. That's very nice. Alright, let's grab our PAL key and head on up.